we forget in our fucking COVID brain.
I know. You think you're getting back on bicycle. It just takes a minute. It just takes a minute. Oh, thanks,
Hi guys,
Audrey.
glad you're back.
A man on wheels. I wonder what that's all about. All right.
A man on wheels.
Yeah, man on wheels.
Oh, look at that. Oh, I think we're already
We're live.
live,
Oh,
baby. We're
look,
live.
and we even have someone watching us from Liverpool.
Oh,
Thanks, Mark.
yeah. There's my phone, and I forgot to split the screens. Gallery view. All right, it's coming. It's coming, guys. Work with us. Work with us. This is a matter of patience. This is life or death. All right, we got some streamers coming in. Hey, guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, TaylorFortune.com. Wait, no. What's my YouTube channel? Taylor Fortune, not TaylorFortune.com is my website.
You can go to his website too. Book a reading.
Yeah. Come on to, what's it called? Our show right now, Cosmic Love on YouTube. And smash that subscribe and smash that like button, as the kids probably don't say anymore.
Yeah, whatever they say.
Yeah, the kids are like, fuck, YouTube's out, boomer. We're on a trick or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows what they're using? TikTok.
Yeah,
whatever
TikTok.
I don't understand TikTok.
I know, it makes it sound so boomer, but how can you compare it? YouTube is a long form format. Like, I don't know. TikTok's only a minute or 3 minutes. How can you watch what you're almost at 200, Taylor? I know, I'm almost at 200 subscribers. I'd love to hit that. It'd be so satisfying. $1.92, guys. Okay, should we close out the IG?
I think so. Okay, we'll see you guys on YouTube, on Taylor's YouTube, Taylor Fortune. We'll see you guys there.
Bye-bye. Okay.
Oh, put my light back on.
All right.
We actually look lit up.
Live, baby. Let's turn up the... Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
We're good to go. All
right, I'm going to get my phone just in case I have to send you people's numbers or text you anything.
Welcome to Cosmic Love. Oh, Sarah, we gotta remember to match our head sizes. That's like the one thing, because we sit next to each other on the show. Sometimes one of us is like way taller than the other. I'm like, oh yeah.
I know, and plus, like, this desk is not really meant to be a desk. It's meant to be a makeup vanity.
Right. No, I have issues with my whole setup too. I need a lot more space. Like I can't do the tarot cards right now because there's not enough real estate in front of me. But I'm gonna fix that this week. So yeah, this week I'm gonna get a platform for the top of my desk, so I can, like, I don't know, just have more space to work with. It's very, very limited, very limited. So without further ado, let's go to, I already forgot who we said first, but I will go to the numbers.
Reese.
So, Reese.
And I think Aurora wants to be in the call. So you want me to send you her number so we can do a 3-way?
I don't see Reese's number.
Oh, okay. I'll send it to you again.
Oh, wait. Here it is. 310.
No, I think that's Stacey's. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Here's Reese. And then
614.
Okay. 614. And then I'm going to call that. And then we're going to add. I guess you're just going to have to, text it to me. Hold on. Reese, you're on Cosmic Love, baby. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. So Sarah's going to text me now Aurora's number, and we're going to merge the 3 calls. How's that sound to you?
Sounds great.
All right, cool. And then both of you guys can be on the phone and tell me the whole story. Tell us the whole story, the cosmic story.
Yeah, so how long have you and Aurora known each other? Like, just like 5 years, 10 years? Tell me, like, how long have you guys known each other?
Let me see. The event has definitely thrown my sense of time off. So it's 2022, so let's go back to 2017. So yeah, about 5 years, 5-6 years.
Okay, wow. So, like, did you know right away, like, you knew her from a past life, or like, did you just get an inkling? How did that all happen?
Yeah. So she came in new. I was already working there, and I just heard her voice, and I was just like, oh, this person I need to get to know. So I introduced myself and just told her how amazing she was at the job, because she sounded great on the phones. And then we didn't talk to each other a lot. And then all of a sudden, she started working in my new department I went to, and I really helped her with that. We were really connected, and we had some spiritual, like weird stuff going on. So
Like, what kind of weird stuff?
Okay, wait. I'm gonna plug Tiffany in here. Give me just one sec,
Okay.
and we're gonna get both you guys to tell this story because this is too good. And just so I think people listening are clear, that we're doing a brother-sister connection. Yeah, from
It's not lovers.
it's not
They're-
lovers.
Yeah, they're. I mean, I don't assume you weren't lovers in a past life either. That's my assumption.
Hello.
Hey, we're gonna merge you in. Give me just 1 second here because we're already live with Reese.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome. Doing the merge.
Okay. Are all parties there? Aurora, Reese, are you in? Are you in?
Yes.
yes,
All right. All right. So, Sarah, you keep going.
Okay, so Aurora, Tiffany, I'm sorry, I keep calling you Tiffany. Aurora, gosh, Aurora, Reese was saying that you guys met at work and there was like some instant spiritual connection. So tell us about that. Like, what was this spiritual connection? Because most people who are working together who are completely platonic usually don't say they have a spiritual connection with each other.
Yeah. So he was on my team,
Mhm.
and I just felt like oddly, like energetically attracted to him just to speak to him. And I'm not even sure how we ended up speaking, but I just remember us speaking in passing here or there, just about random things with the job. And he might have introduced himself first because he like heard my voice. He was saying, I know, and just kind of was like, you know, there's something to this girl, you know? And then he moved departments over to global support, and I ended up taking a stretch role over there, and they happened to just sit me beside him. It was so crazy. And then we just started having a spiritual connection because I think I was going through a lot at the time, and I opened up about things, and he was just kind of like, well, let me see what I can look into in this. And he just pulled out his tarot cards, and I was like, you know tarot? And oh my God, I was like, I like tarot. And then we just bonded over that, and then we're just both Scorpios, and it was so crazy. We would be thinking the same things at the same time and like finish each other's sentences. And then I also had like a spirit around me, and Reese's psychic mediumship gifts were much stronger than mine. And, you know, he saw that, and I was like, oh my goodness, I could feel it. And just weird things would happen, like synchronicities. And then, I don't know, we went to work from home when the pandemic hit, and I don't even remember how we reconnected, but like the last karmic that I dated, I remember like calling him and talking to him about issues going on, and him just like giving me advice. And then we just kind of got closer and closer since then. And we very much have like a sisterly and brother type of connection going on here.
Wow. That's so amazing. And when I look at your charts, like it looks like there's just so much past life stuff going on. And you said that you guys met at work, which is interesting that Aurora's Chiron is right in Reese's MC because MC is about work. So I noticed that right away. So it's almost like you guys are bringing healing to each other at work, which is like very different. You know, usually people don't meet like that because I think you guys work at a bank or something like that, which is nothing to do with healing at all. But it's almost like you're healing or Reese is healing your wound in the workplace situation is what I first saw. But there's so much South Node and North Node stuff going on here.
Sarah, are we doing Paige or Bishop?
Bishop.
Okay. I
Yeah.
was not on board.
Like, nope. Yeah.
I don't know who we're talking to.
You're like, no, not this one. I don't see it, Sarah.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Yeah. He's like, what is she looking at?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll keep going then when Taylor pulls up the right Tiffany. It's funny that I have two clients with similar names.
It happens all the time.
Yeah. So I'm going to put this out there, which I thought it was surprising. So I do wonder if you two were past life lovers, because Reese's Mars and Eros are right on your vertex. So I don't think you've said that you had like any intuitive hits about that, because I know you guys have had some downloads about your past lives together. Do you guys want to tell us about those? Your downloads? Hello.
Well, I haven't had any huge. Well, actually, I digress. I had a download the other day because you and me, Sarah, were talking about a past life that we felt you and I had, and you thought I was like, you know, a gay man in that lifetime, and then that's when I thought to myself, like, did I have a relationship with him in that lifetime?
I think so. It is possible. Is the vertex is the point in the chart where like timelines overlap. It's a karmic overlap. And Mars and Eros, that's very highly sexual, especially from the man's point of view. And Reese, in this case, is the masculine in this relationship. So because you guys don't have any interest like that in each other at all, and that's not going to happen, it does lead me to believe there is a history here, a very spicy history.
Yeah.
What do you
Oh,
think?
yeah. Well, you know, I'm not sure about spicy, but I definitely see the love, especially with, like you already, I think you just covered it, the Vesta on the South Node.
Yeah, that's beautiful energy.
Yeah, very strong. Like that is such a strong love that I can see lasting through multiple lifetimes, or finding each other for all the right reasons again and again in different incarnations, because it's truly unconditional.
It is with Jupiter
Yeah.
there too. It just
With
keeps
Jupiter, it's
going.
beautiful. Yeah, that love just keeps expanding across time, you know, across space and time.
Yeah, and it's Virgo energy too. So it's pure,
Yeah.
like really pure.
Healing energy.
Yeah. So maybe I'll take back that spicy thing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, you know, that could be spicy too, but yeah,
I see.
spicy.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, but that vertex, but you know, like the Aries vertex with the Aries, Mars, and Eros on it. That's what I thought, like, ooh, perhaps there was
Yeah, oh, for
something
sure.
going on with that. Yeah. Okay, but there's other
Some of
stuff.
the more savory sides of the connection I see are like, and maybe maybe you mentioned this while I was looking stuff up, but the sun and moon,
Mhm.
that is a beautiful little conjunction there in Scorpio. Reese's moon is right on Aurora's sun.
It is.
And so it's like you guys, your personalities and your emotions just really are like, you just fluidly get each other, you know? You guys, there's just an understanding there that's almost unspoken. And even the Reese's sun is in pretty close proximity in that orb. The conjunction there, I mean, that stellium between the two of them is just insane right there in the, you know, in Scorpio.
Yeah, it's like they just get each other. They just
Yeah.
understand each other's nature. And with that Pluto on Mercury too, it's like they have such a powerful psychic connection. Do you guys, you can just like look at each other and know what each other's you just know what each other are thinking. You don't even have to like communicate verbally. Is that right?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, and then the Mars on Pluto too with Sun. You guys can like start some shit. Like
Yeah.
they
Oh,
protect
yes.
each other too. You guys protect each other. Like I know like if someone cross race Aurora would like it would be terrible, like and vice versa. These two are they're watching out for each other. And I think maybe that's like that brother sisterly vibe too, that watching
Yeah.
out for each other, they have each other's backs. Yeah. All right, what else are we seeing, Taylor?
Aurora's presence is strong. Just that Scorpio first house stellium with,
Yeah.
you know, Pluto right there, and then Mercury. Like when I think of Pluto in the first house with a Scorpio, and also, you know, the sun in the first house, I'm like, that's a Scorpio. Like that's like, you know,
So that,
yeah, you got that powerful intensity, that brooding sexuality, that psychic kind of mystical aura. It's very cool.
Yeah.
so that one is Reese's chart. I'm
That
the
is-
one with the second house Pluto. But yeah, he's a strong Scorpio. For
Oh,
sure.
you're right. Yeah, I have them mixed up. I have them backwards. Okay, well, it almost applies to you too, just a little bit more diminished. Yeah. Then
Yeah.
Reese, you're a powerful Scorpio, intense brooding energy, strong psychic intuition there.
Yes, Reese told
Yeah.
me before. I'm going to share your story, Reese. That he said he was approached by a couple at a restaurant once, like randomly in the middle of the day, because he has such
Yeah.
a strong Scorpio presence. It was like,
Ooh.
yeah. So
It was bad. I'll tell it. So I was at Chipotle of all places,
Yeah.
and this couple approached me, and we're just waiting in line. She was just like, "Hey, do you want to come home with us?" And I was like, "What?" Um, and she was like, "Well, I want you to sleep with us." And I was like, "No, thank you." And she's like, "Well, if it's a problem, I can just watch." Oh my goodness.
I like this lady. Wow, huh?
forward. It's Chipotle in the middle of the day. It's not really the usual pickup spot.
Yeah. That's a wild day at Chipotle for sure. I've been to Chipotle a couple times. This has never happened to me there.
Well, nothing ever happens like that at Chipotle.
Yeah. So Reese, I mean, outside of you being, a handsome devil, what? I guess it's just that scorpionic energy that just gave her the vibe that you would be somebody to do that.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Just written on my forehead, but no, that's never done that.
Wow. Well, you may or may not be missing the finer things in life. We'll never know.
No, Chipotle. It's like, I don't know if I want to go to bed after I eat Chipotle. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Hey, I want Sarah to do a little, what do you make of Aurora's massive fourth house cap stellium?
All that means she is a powerhouse.
Yeah.
When she has a family, like she's gonna bring a lot of generational wealth into her family. She's gonna be the matriarch of the family.
Yeah.
It's like I watched this mini series when we we're in our first lockdown. I can't think of her name offhand, but Octavia Spencer played this character. She like created all these hair products for Black women, and she created like so much generational wealth for her family. And that's what I see. Like it's the same type of energy. Like I'm the boss, I'm in charge, I'm changing everything for this family forever. Like changing all the generational curses, but also bringing money and stability into the family as well.
That's Madam C.J. Walker.
That's right,
Yeah.
Madam C.J. Walker. You're right. Thank you, Reese, for refreshing my memory. That was a good mini. Highly recommend it if it's still on Netflix. Okay, so I do see that Aurora's South Node is with Reese's Chiron. So you guys are definitely just here to heal each other.
Yeah.
It's such a healing relationship. And you guys probably really understand each other's experiences well. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have similar childhoods, like things that happen to us.
Yeah.
We relate on a depth I don't think I will ever get from any relationship.
Wow. It's amazing. It's amazing.
It's interesting here. Their Mars and Venus are opposing one another, which in a romantic relationship can make for some pretty interesting tension. But I feel like with you guys, it actually just works more as more of a connection than a source of conflict. You know what I mean? Because it's more, it's that platonic relationship, just that kind of you two understanding each other. What do you think of that, Sarah, that opposition of Mars and Venus?
It's funny because when you said that, I was going to say it too. It just means like that they're a strong pair.
Yeah.
Like as Aurora is the divine feminine, the Venus.
Yep.
And then Reese is the divine masculine, the Mars. It's just like, again, a force to be reckoned with. I can almost see them like having like a non-traditional family situation together.
Yeah.
Like, you can see it too. Like, even though it's not a romantic involvement, it's just that they have a foundation together. They can create a family, they can create a business together. they can create anything they want to together and have a very strong foundation.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree.
We are in business together, I guess, with our lives and all of that. And is my Pluto by his MC? Or maybe I didn't look at it correctly. I was curious.
No, your Pluto, both your Plutos are fairly close to each other, but your Pluto
Okay.
is in between it's in the second house. It's kind of in between your AC and your IC. So it's like almost the halfway point there, right, just right in the middle of the second house, ruled by Taurus, but in Scorpio. So yeah, a lot of transformative energy there. With your, spirituality is going to be spirituality, death, and all those kind of things are going to be deep transformations in your life. But Pluto and Taurus, even like a lot of changes to your body too, just going through different stages in your life with how you make your money and like how you treat yourself. And I don't know, what do you think, Sarah?
I agree with that. I also think that her relationships with her lovers are very transformative to her.
Yeah.
Like it could change her forever. And I almost feel like she needs to be with a very powerful man.
Yeah.
Or else that would somehow make her feel small. She needs to be a big presence. She needs to be in a power couple. Yeah.
Is that because of my vertex and Aries in the 7th house?
Yeah, you got that going on, girlfriend, and then that Pluto in your second house too. I mean, that whole second house Scorpio stellium. You need to be with someone who's very powerful. You do.
Yeah.
I can't be with someone
I feel
go ahead.
honestly due to all of the trauma.
Say that again.
I need someone I feel safe around due to all of my trauma. Even.
Yeah, I think you need to be with like a King of Pentacles. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Is someone who really has his shit together. Someone who has like kind of a stable like affect about him. Maybe someone a little older than you. Someone who's been through it. Yeah, daddy.
Yeah. Girls and their daddies. not biological daddy.
We don't want to bring that in.
I mean, I am into some things, but I'm a Scorpio. I don't reveal everything.
Yeah, no, Scorpio reveals much of anything.
Get close to the chest. I got it, girlfriend. Anyways, but yeah, this relationship, I mean, you guys have also Reese's Jupiter trining your Venus, Aurora. So, I mean, there's a lot of love between you two. You guys just understand each other well. And I almost feel like he would probably be the one who would help you find your partner. And he would have to approve of him too. Is that right, Reese?
Definitely.
Yeah.
So Reese, are you gonna find Aurora her forever man?
I'm trying.
Okay.
I'll get a shotgun in the back of his head if I have to.
Yeah.
Oh,
You heard it here first.
Yes, I know. All right, guys. So Taylor, do you want to add anything else to this story?
No, I'd love to, but yeah, we should probably take some more calls. But yeah, that's thank you so much, guys, because this is I like this. You guys are cool. You guys have a good, strong bond going here.
I love it.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye. I keep
So
on
cool.
getting text. Every time my phone goes off, I have a new imposter account.
What?
I know, it's always a new imposter, and I really don't care. Just, like it's just playing whack-a-mole. Yeah, it's whack-a-mole. So for those who are watching, it is not me. There's only one me.
There's only one.
Sarah Ashley
There's only one Sarah Ashley. So Stacy, we're doing by way of Instagram?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
She wants to tell us about her Tantra, which I have very limited information about. So I'm ready to learn, Taylor. I'm ready.
All right. You're on Cosmic Love, Stacy. How are you?
Well, hello. I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, we could not be better. We are rocking and rolling. We are back. We're back, baby.
I love back and better than ever.
Back and mediumer than ever.
Oh, I tell you what,
I know when I experienced the COVID experience, it changed me like big time. So I can,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful experience in my opinion, but it's an interesting one.
It
So I'm
is,
glad to hear you're feeling better.
Thank you. You know what I'm excited to hear about is Tantra, baby. Tantra. Let's lay it on us. Let's dive in.
Well, all right. Well, if for those of you that don't know me, my name is Stacey Harder, and I help people connect with their body. So Tantra, there's so many ways to really explain it, but it really comes from a Hindu and Buddhist from anywhere from the 6th to 13th century. So it's been around for thousands and thousands of years.
Wow.
And if you look at the definition, it really means the expansion of the oneness or the God or the divine within. And so it's also known as the fastest way to enlightenment. It's known from mantras, meditation, yoga, and rituals. So if you can imagine yoga in general, how many styles and practices of yoga is actually an aspect of Tantra. So if you've been to yoga, you've actually experienced some level.
Okay.
Wow.
So this is the Karma Sutra book, right? The Karma Sutra. Is that part of Tantra? That's like as limited as my information is.
So in my experience, it's a little bit different, but it's also, there is some similarities as far as the sexual practice. The sexual aspect of Tantra is huge, even though it's just a teeny tiny aspect. Here in America, we kind of think Tantra is just purely sexual, but it's so much more. And I know some of your conversations earlier too, you guys talked about connection, a heart expanding, healing energy, and trauma. And to me, that is exactly why I got into Tantra. It is an incredible way of sexual healing. And it's really tapping into our body. If you've done yoga, you know, just breathing and stretching, how you're opening the energy centers, your chakras, so you can allow more flow and awareness. And I really kind of combine that into the sexual aspect. You can get it's brilliant.
Yeah.
First of all, our issues are in our tissues, right? So if we have unhealed trauma, it shows up, and it usually shows up in issues with climax or issues with erections. There's all kinds of stuff that comes through when we don't deal with the insides. But the beautiful thing is when we do, we have 4 pelvic nerves that come from just our sexual organs to our brain. And
men
so
and women
it's
both?
learning how. Say that again?
Men and women both have 4?
Yeah. So like there's most people are familiar with like the vagus nerve. So we have 4 nerves that connect from our brain to our pelvic floor. And within that, the vagus nerve, for example, we sound, right? And when you help sound and you combine it with pleasure and touch, you actually rewire your brain to be able to allow to feel more pleasure.
Wow. Now, look, the majority of the stuff you're talking about here, are you talking about?
Yes.
Are you talking about sex or masturbation? I know it's for both, but what are you mostly referring to?
Well, it depends if you're single or with a partner. So it can be either. I'm first and foremost, I don't even use the word masturbation. Historically, it is a definition means self-punishment by hand. So I call masturbation self-love. And that's really what you're doing, is allowing more love in yourself through your hands, through your body, and deeper connection to all that is within. So self-love is definitely a practice, and I always say we need to start with ourselves.
Yeah.
And I think ritual is a beautiful example of that self-love practice, because our culture seems to also focus on our orgasm. Right. But in reality, with Tantra, it's really about feeling more pleasure in your body.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily have the goals of climax, because, especially with women, if we can just allow more pleasure to run through you, you can actually, orgasm is very different. I don't know how deep you want to get, so you just tell me
Keep
how
going. Keep going.
we want to go. Okay.
But, yeah, keep going.
Okay. So with, like, for example, for a man, you actually have ejaculation and you have orgasm. So they're actually very different. So if you can learn to actually, what they call for men is retaining your seed, which is really your life force energy.
Yeah.
And so when you can able to hold that in and breathe it through and up through your spine, there's a lot of power that comes through that. And you're actually taking your own energy and putting it back through your body. For men, they see it as a very sacral. So we call it a conscious come. And
Without releasing though.
well, you can release. And when you do release, it should be done with very much intention. And so, for example, that's part of when you get into sex magic, right? When you're in that orgasmic state, in my opinion and my truth, that is the deepest state and the closest to who we actually are. We don't have our to-do list. We're not in our pain. We're in our pure bliss and joy. And that to me is really who we are on the other side of this. And so it's getting able to connect that. Yeah. And then through breath work, through techniques, you can learn to expand your orgasmic state. And I mean, just wouldn't you want to expand your orgasmic state, even if it's double to triple the amount that, right?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm
So
listening.
it's learning how to do that. Yes. And how to, well, and I think it's perfect too, because Valentine's Day is coming up. In our society, we never really learn how to connect, how to share intimacy, how to have those conversations.
Yeah.
And because as humans, we have so many experiences and past that people can take it personal. So I always say, when you go into the bedroom with your partners, stay open, be playful, have those conversations. And again, if you go in with just the experience of feeling more pleasure, every time is different. And with women, less than 10% actually have climax or orgasm.
It's very sad.
Through down. It is. Well, it is. And also it comes down to, it's our body. The reason why most people do not come from penetration is actually where what most people know as the clitoris is location on your physical body. So if it's within an inch of your vagina from body, how it works. Like, for example, let me ask you. Ready?
Wait, ask you. You're breaking up a tiny bit.
Oh, okay. I'm going to ask you, what is a clitoris?
Oh, me?
I know what it is.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
No, you can describe it.
it's the center of the sensitivity in a woman's vagina. It's like oh my God, Sarah, save me here. I know where it is. But yeah, go, Sarah. Just take it over.
It's the thing in the middle.
Yeah, the thing in the middle, where all the pleasure point, But I know.
Okay.
Are you talking about like its biological purpose? But yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I didn't know this until I was in my 30s. The clitoris is a much erectile tissue as the entire male penis.
It's true.
So
I knew that.
We define it as that. Yeah, we define it almost as like the P spot on top, but it actually goes in and around. So learning our anatomy is so important. My favorite things on a woman is the vestibular bulbs. And it literally is like airbags. It's why women take on average 20 minutes for arousal, is because our body works different. And so because we're internal and you're external, you guys have a direct route from your touch to your brain, where women, it's a little bit more complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're very complicated. We're very complicated.
It is. And we never want the same thing twice. Even the same clitoral stimulation in one moment could be way too much in the next, or it's too soft in the next. So everybody's body is different.
Yeah.
I've had some of my most explosive orgasm in just holding touch, literally not even moving and running energy, because each of our hands have different elements and different energy running through. So really learning to just tap into our physical body is such a gift. And I think it's important to
You're
learn
teaching
that with
people
ourselves
something.
first.
I think some people on here are going to try some things
Yes.
out tonight because of you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm already getting all
Well,
kinds
I
of
hope so.
Valentine's Day thoughts.
Yes. See, and I just thinking about it, my base is heating. I can feel the energy in my body. And that's our sacral energy. We literally, as a woman, our womb is literally the portal. We
Yes.
bring in higher dimensional beings. We have our creation portal. And I believe if you're dealing with the man and woman, it doesn't have to be masculine versus the man, but in general, we usually think of the feminine as a female, masculine as a male. But in that process, the Shiva, the Shakti, when you can combine and hold and open your body to allow the more pleasure, allow the more divine source, those codes come in, you literally feed each other and you can circle the energy, and it is so powerful. And we can use that energy and focus on what you do want to create. It is amazing. And I find with your partners, one of the best things to do is find out what our kind of sore points are and build us up during that orgasmic state, because your subconscious is the most open at that time. So it's why sometimes after you just climax, someone says, I love you, and you can just start tearing because it feels it at such a deeper level. Our subconscious is very open. So I like to have your partners, you are lovable, you are loved, like really do some nice power statements as well. I appreciate you, or you know what I mean? Like you're beautiful,
Yeah.
whatever that is genuine to you. It's a beautiful opportunity to harmonize, bring it in.
This is some really good advice.
Yeah,
Really good.
this is cool.
So
Thanks.
Stacey,
It's so much. There's so many aspects to it. There's so much beauty. And I love ritual. To me, it's like that. I create a self-love ritual, really. You put the music on, you can dance, and even just moving your hips. You'll find it seen around, like even Tony Robbins will talk about moving your hips. That's the stem of your Kundalini energy, right? You're opening up your chakras.
Sarah's not feeling the Tony Robbins vibe in the same breath as this conversation, but that's more of a physical thing.
Yes. Well, it'll be, once you start understanding it, you'll see how so many people don't necessarily use the word Tantra, but they will use some of the principles.
Right.
And I've spoke to a few of them afterwards too, and I was like, wow, it sounds like you're talking about Tantra, and they just smile and they're like, yes, I am. But because the word, sometimes people take, as you know, when we label something, not everybody has the same opinion or thoughts on labels. So
Right.
True. Yeah, so how did you get into all of this? That's my question. How did you get into all of this?
How did I get into this? I started when I was healing from some physical injuries, which also stem from my unprocessed sexual trauma. And so I was looking and putting out to the universe that I am ready to move through this. I will no longer live with the pain. That was when after an emotional abusive relationship, I had just remembered my rape, and I was also sexually abused as a child. I had gone through a lot of stuff, and I look at it now as my complete gifts because I know that's what I'm here to do. And I love working with women and trauma because our bodies are so brilliant that I love to be able to connect your body, mind, and spirit to really step you into your power, to move through your shadow work, and to step into your magic and your fullness, and especially starting to embody. I think many of us are going through so much right now because of the physical body stuff's re-entering our field, so we can move through it because we're in such, to me, that portal time. But it really was, it fell into my lap, and then it was a speech that I went to at one night as a talk, and then it talked about sexual trauma, and I was like, how does this heal sexual trauma? Like, whatever. So, you know what I mean? This and this. And I dove in, and I have never been through such deep work. The trainings for my teacher training were about 10 to 11 days, pretty much a good 12 hours every day. And it changed my life. And so I'm lucky to spend time in Thailand and with my teacher many, many days, a couple months probably added up together.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
So you say teacher,
Yes.
just, to put it in dumb American terms here, you like certified in this, or what kind of, how do you
Yes.
teach this stuff? Okay. What's your certification called?
So mine is through Source Yoga Tantra School, and their certification, they have level 1 and then they have level 2. And in order to be teacher certified, you technically have to have completed both 1 and 2. And so it's that by itself is, and a weekend intro event. So you're looking at about 26 days of diving in, full class.
Okay. Can I ask some just very curiosity based questions about this school?
Please.
Okay. Cause we can go high vibe, but we can go a little bit lower too, because, we're talking about teaching Tantra with a group of people. So how does that work? Like, are there men and women in the class, and is it very open sexually, or is this all theoretical?
So it's a very good question. And I'm going to speak for my school. Every school is completely different.
Yeah.
They do their best to balance the masculine and feminine, but I do find there's more women that take the courses in general. And so it's usually, I would say, around 40. And my first class, I think there was 12 countries represented. So we have everyone from China to India to
40 what?
Belgium.
40 women versus how many men?
40. No, I'd say about 40 people.
Oh, okay.
And then but within those people, we had, I think, 12 or 14 countries. So people fly in from around the world for my teacher. And my teacher is Charles Muir. And he's known to be kind of one of the fathers of Tantra in America. He started teaching it in the 60s in New York.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's pretty old. Okay.
Yeah.
But okay,
yes.
teaching it though,
Right.
I mean, like, how do you, how do you do it? Like, just give it to us graphically. Like, I'm curious, actually.
So graphically, we have a very much open conversation. We do learn how to do touch modalities. And so obviously, for the men, there's the lingam. For the women, we call it the yoni. And it really, because we call it a vagina or different terms, that's actually only an aspect of our anatomy. So it's like calling the male's region a ball or testicle when it's way more than just a testicle.
Yeah.
So for the women, our anatomy is way more than just a vagina opening. And so we call it yoni. And so there are practices. So there's 4 different layers that you would learn in each course. And there is a live demo. And that all of us hold space, and it's really powerful because, again, it's a lot of sexual healing. Yeah. And so when things do come up, it can get deep and it can get raw, but it is also so beautiful and so healing, and so it brings tears to my eyes just to be able to sometimes witness the beauty and the magic that comes with it. And then they do have homework each night of the 4 practices, so you get paired up not by choice, but by the cards. So tarot cards put you together and your partners. And it will, what your intentions are when you go in there, right?
So it's an arranged coupling.
If you're in a marriage or a relationship, you do have the option to work together.
Okay.
Yes.
And
I've
what about
only gone in as single?
How about the men to women ratio? So you get paired regardless of gender, or what?
Yes. So you get paired in general, male to female, and then I've had where it's like 2 females and a male. So I have had 2 women, for example, and then works a little different depending on if you're doing for male or female. But yeah, you get to learn how to touch all sorts of interesting spots. And we have, like, within our opening, obviously we know the G-spot, and there's all kinds of erectile tissue within that area. And there is the Cali spot. So even just holding the space in that, it allows usually a lot of release within the females. It's honestly, it's so beautiful and so powerful. I cannot imagine not having this in my life.
Well, I can understand why after you explained it.
Oh yeah, it sounds amazing. I want to ask one lowbrow question though. Are the
Yeah.
men there ever treated with suspicion? Because you know how it is.
Yeah.
Anything that attracts women that's sexual and about expansion attracts weird perverted guys who are like, I'm gonna go to that place.
Yeah.
You know, so tell me your thoughts on that.
In my truth, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's why you use integrity. I've had people kicked out of our school for not having the proper intentions because it's a very energy based. Our teachers very easy to read. It's very easy, and as you learn to connect, it really opens up your spiritual powers.
Right.
For example, like when you get into the orgasmic state, I can actually connect to different timelines of my soul in different aspects
Yeah.
through time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It does.
So my personal experience, my first class I went to, and I got triggered by my first homework partner. And he set me off because he gave me the look when we were eye gazing. He was looking me up and down, checking me out, and I hated that. My whole life I've experienced that. I don't like when men take
I don't
from
like that either. It's so smarmy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Depends
I
on the
ended
guy.
up getting well.
Just
and
kidding. Go ahead.
he's- Okay,
Little
so-
levity. Go ahead.
Okay, and he's from another country. I won't mention the country so people don't. But he grew up Muslim. He grew up never been with a woman,
Oh
and
shit.
only watching porn.
Ah,
and
there it
so-
is.
Yep. And yet he also knew this was part of him learning, right, into a deeper religious place. But I will tell you, I got tears and he got tears once I was like, okay, universe, why am I getting paired with this person? Why is the only person that's triggering me? And when I was able to speak to him and tell him exactly why he triggered me, I told him how it really upset me and explained it. And he cried because he did not know that. He thought that's what women wanted because that's what he saw on camera and what he saw. So he thought every time he did that to a woman, he was actually complimenting them. Where now he's like, it makes sense of why every time I do that, a woman would just walk away.
Wow.
So it gives me chills just talking about it. So I do know that everything happens for a reason. And of course there's those people out there, but that's where if it's, I find it's rare because this energy work is so high in vibration that
Yeah.
it naturally, it's too much if you're only in it for the wrong reasons. But again, everyone has their own intentions. And when it comes to sex and sexuality, everybody has their own little definition and acceptance. And so it's what feels right in your heart.
Yeah.
What resonates.
Definitely. Wow, Stacy.
Yeah.
That was just so informative. Like I didn't know
Yeah.
Well,
any of this
thanks.
stuff, and
Well,
I had a suspicion that that's what all this was, but I feel like you've opened up my mind. So I think you've opened up a lot of
Aw.
our minds. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm actually very curious about it. I mean, I don't know, like,
Yeah.
not necessarily, not like to, I don't know if I want to get the certification, but I want to like,
Intriguing.
I don't know, find out more about it or work with somebody who has gotten it. I don't know. Sounds
yeah.
interesting.
Well, I'm more than happy. I work with individuals as well as couples. And one of my favorite things, especially with couples, is really diving just into more intimacy and how to have that deeper connection. If you're interested in traveling for the women, we have a goddess retreat coming up in May in Mexico, in Tulum.
Ooh.
So we're going to be stepping into this for the females and really learning to embrace our totality, to tap into that, right? Tune in, tap in, turn on. And when we get our creative juices flowing, it literally changes our life. That's where the magic happens. And so the more we can find that in our body and connect with it, the more magical your life becomes. And the
Wow.
more happy and the more love and the more connected and the more delicious. Delicious is one of my favorite words to
Delicious.
describe it.
Delicious. I have one last question
Yeah.
for you. So you say you work
Please.
with couples now. Is this IRL in real life, or do you use like Zoom sessions, or what?
Pretty much right now it's mostly Zoom just because of the
The nature of
whole
life.
COVID situation. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't do hands-on touch. That's not something I personally do. There is people that do. I personally don't, but I teach it. So I can show you guys how to do things and connect with different things. But I personally don't do lingam work or yoni work on hands-on. I just teach it.
Right.
Yeah.
I understand that. It's a boundary. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. And I think because of my past, I know how deep that is. And the work is so deep and so powerful that I'd rather teach you how to do that so you can do that with your partner. And you really have that comfort. So yeah,
Love it.
It's magic. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. It is.
Really,
Yeah.
really cool. Thanks, Stacy. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, you'll be hearing from us.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
All
Well,
right.
thank you so much and enjoy your cosmic love and thanks for having me on.
Thank you.
Being here.
It's
We'll talk.
amazing.
My pleasure.
Thanks. Bye. All right.
Wow.
I think we can squeeze one more person in. That
Yeah.
was, we'll have to, Alexandra, but that was very interesting. Very interesting.
That was something else, I tell you. I was just kind of rolling with it in real time as we were going because I wasn't sure what she was going to talk about. I didn't know it was going to be a certification course and not formalized. I guess you could say I might not have fully ever known that that existed to that level. Like it's kind of around multinational training seminars in these different parts of the world where all these people go to do that. Sorry, I'm looking for the number.
The
I'm
tarot
looking.
card thing. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm being in my seat all the time.
Right.
So much anxiety.
Is this the 312 number or 310 number, or is that Stacy's
is.
number?
No, it is the last one I sent
Oh,
you.
okay. Got it.
Yeah. The 9, whatever I think it is.
Yeah.
The
Amazing though. I almost want to have Stacy come back and talk more about that again, just to kind of catch up with her more times on that, because that's just it's so interesting.
Yeah. Alexandra and the Bee.
Hello, Alexandra.
Hello there.
Hey, you're on Cosmic Love. How are you?
I'm great. How are you guys doing?
Oh, excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. Yeah, just dive right in because we only have 10 minutes left. So tell us why you're calling. I can't wait to hear it.
Sure. I was just always so curious to kind of get another opinion on our church, comparatively, just because, I found that meeting him, B, was just such a turning point in my life. Mm-hmm. And my whole life pretty much changed, when I met him, my home life, I went in a different career direction. Everything happened very fast.
Yeah.
I actually was engaged to another person at the time, even, and I still had such a strong pull to explore his friendship and to get to know him, and I never really looked back from there.
Wow, let's take a look. Yeah, so are you guys still together, Alexandra?
Yes, we are. Yeah, it's almost 8 years together, and we have a son who is 7.
I love it. Oh,
wow. Sarah, who am I looking up on here? I don't see Alexandra.
Oh, really? It should be on there. Reload, Taylor.
Oh, okay, reload. And then who's the guy?
I'll text it to you.
Got it.
Okay.
All right. This is going to be exciting.
Yeah. So I see right away that you have a sun conjunction. So you guys just you understand each other. Both of you are Capricorns. And so you understand that you have this, a similar personality. And also B's Venus is on your sun and on your vertex and it's also on your Jupiter. So you guys just really feel so much love. There's just so much pure love and beautiful love here too, because Vesta is there too. And also vertex and karma are together. So it's this relationship was meant to be. No pun intended. It just is there's so much perfect energy going on here. So did you guys just feel you were in love? It was love at first sight right away? You just understood each other and you just liked each other right away?
Yeah, it definitely was it just started with a really deep conversation, and obviously he noticed my ring on my finger. So it wasn't something that he was going to, pursue or, so but I always had it in my mind, like after that day that like, why am I wanting to connect with him? Why am I wanting to see this person again? And even like when we did hang out a couple times, like, nothing really happened, but it's just like you look at each other across the room and you just like feel that magic. And yeah, so it's definitely at first sight, I would say.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. And then you guys have the Pluto conjunction, of course, because you're born around the same time, but your Pluto is on his south node. So you guys have like a very powerful past life connection as well. It's like you were somebody who brought transformation to him. And I'm bet like the sex is unbelievable because Pluto South Node, it's like you can't get away from them. And you guys also have the Pluto, let's see, Pluto, I think Neptune sextile too. So you guys just like, it's almost like dreamlike energy. Is that accurate?
Yeah, it very much is. And, and just all the things that I really dreamed of having one day, it was kind of like he was on the similar path, but like we had nothing yet, but we both wanted to be in the same place. And then those things just kind of happened for us. Yeah, that's really cool.
I love that. What else are you seeing, Taylor?
I like the Eros conjunct Jupiter, because like that's his. I just want to double check. No, it's Alexandra's Eros. That's your asteroid of erotic love, and it's conjunct his Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion. So whatever touches Jupiter, it grows, it expands, it brings good fortune, good luck, very optimistic, positive placement. So your kind of erotic attraction and or connection just works with him very synergistically, and it's just a really nice placement.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very comfortable. Like I think I almost want to say like erotically, sexually. It's just like it just feels like it's kind of unlimited.
Yeah, and limited. I like that.
Yeah, I can kind of agree with that a little.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's been like
changed like from the beginning, like it's
Yeah.
always been high.
Evolving.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. And then, this algal on the north node thing going on here.
Oh, I don't have algal plugged in. What's the number for algal?
I think it's it's just like a fixed star.
Oh
on
yeah,
there.
go ahead.
Yeah. So that's just like so intense between the two of you guys. Like now I can see why he like plucked you away from this other guy. He's like, nope, I'm taking her away. And I'm like, okay, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like sinful in a way, like scandalous. I feel like there was some scandal around this relationship. Oh, you were okay with it.
It was a little bit, right? Because the other person, he was like, we never like fought. We had a really good relationship and everything. So that's why it was always so shocking to me. It was like I was kind of like living this life and on this one track, but it wasn't, I never felt like it was mine, and yeah, so he definitely, turned me a completely different direction towards him.
Yeah. That's got to be the Pluto conjunction, I think, that, the changes you guys have been through. And I think it's mutual because he changed you in an entirely different direction. But you've also really uprooted his life also.
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
definitely changed.
I mean, who was he before he met you?
He was just a 20-something guy living with a roommate in a messy place.
Yeah. And
I
now?
kinda kicked him out.
Now he's got all his shit together. He's a strong, handsome pillar of a man.
he's getting there.
Getting
He's
there.
almost there.
Okay, wait. So he's a 20-something when you met him. So what? He's a 30-something now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's
He just turned 36.
Yeah.
yeah.
They're both like the same age. And I love it how you guys have like almost exact same birthday too. Like if that isn't a sign, what is?
I didn't even notice
I
that.
know, right?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
that's right. The year and a day.
Yes.
That's
How does
you.
that work out? How does that work out with the birthday celebrations? How do you guys figure
It's great. It's usually together and it's usually low key, just how we like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
And what I always thought was interesting too is actually our son. He has he's a Cancer son, so it's kind of like he is like the opposite of us.
yes.
But it kind of just like balances out the family really well.
Oh, he must be so sweet being a Cancer son.
He is. He's also a Leo moon and a Sag rising.
Ooh.
Fiery little bastard.
He's a fiery little guy. Yeah, he can be a lot sometimes, but also he does have his sweet moments. But he definitely has his way.
Well, and plus the Cancer moody breakdowns also.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my
But
goodness.
I think sometimes like we can be pretty level-headed and kind of on the same page, like, when we're dealing with, raising him, which is really nice.
Love it.
Definitely. I love this chart. I mean, you guys were definitely meant to be. There's a lot of sexual chemistry here. There is love there. You guys have similar personalities, and I can see why you guys are together, and I just wish you all the best.
Yeah, this is great.
Thank
Me
you.
too.
Yeah. Thank you so much, you guys.
Yeah, thank you for calling.
We'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye. That's a good way to wrap it up.
That is good. That's cool. That's another wrap for the latest in the newest season of Cosmic Love.
Another new season.
Yeah, all new season. I think we're like, season 3 now, and we've only been on for like 5 months.
Something like that. It's always something.
Yeah.
That's what keeps it interesting. Yeah, well, it was a
Exactly.
really good episode. We had a good variety pack. And I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to seeing what we're going to get next week. And I do want to hear more from Stacy. I feel like she should be a frequent guest.
I think I was just thinking like a once a month guest or something,
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I feel like that's such a evergreen subject that we can just for whether it's for advice, just for education, or just interest. Like I think it's okay just to have that kind of sexual curiosity. I was just interested in hearing the whole process, what the school was like, how she got trained. All of it's very interesting to me.
Yes, it's definitely very interesting that
Yeah.
this all exists out there. Years ago, I saw a documentary on HBO years ago. I think I was in college, and like, of course, like we're all talking over it, and like all sorts of things were going on in this
Yeah.
documentary. And I think it was like something like this Tantra teacher training, and then couples would go to it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought, oh, this is interesting. Okay, all right.
If you remember what it is, if you could track it down, shoot me the name, 'cause I'd be interested in checking that out.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go back into the
Into the archives.
somewhere
Yeah.
files. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. You want to plug anything? Go to taylorfortune.com if you guys want to book an appointment, guys. Sarah?
That's right. Taylor's back in business. He's off of his COVID respite, so you guys can hit him up.
Starting Monday. I'm taking tomorrow off, but starting
Okay.
Monday, I'm back.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
And for me, it's sarahashley.astrology.ads.me. You can book an appointment with me. I do astrology. I do tarot. I have classes too. I have beginner classes. If you have taken beginner classes somewhere else, just let me know and we can talk. I'm not just going to put you in my intermediate class if you don't know anything. So I don't want people to be left behind and lost and have a waste of time and money. So if you are interested in my intermediate class, just shoot me an email, fullmoonastro@gmail.com, or if you're on my Instagram, you can shoot me a DM. And also there's only one me. I'm getting a lot of messages tonight that there's an imposter out there, and I really don't feel like answering.
I know.
It's just a constant battle. All right, Taylor. So let's call it a wrap. And it was amazing. So I'll talk to you soon.
I'll see you